Hi, so I wanted to give a quick little update on Mate, if you can see that. It's a sequel to Bride, and Bride, of course, was about a vampire werewolf couple, and Mate is a werewolf with a werewolf human hybrid. And so vampire is kind of a buzzword for me. I usually eat up anything that has vampires, love them. Werewolves, shifters, not quite so much, but I do still enjoy them. Just love vampires a little bit more. So I went into this sequel thinking that I wasn't going to like it as much as the first one, and for the first, I'd say about first third of the book, it was really slow, and I thought I was right that I wasn't going to like it as much. But then it hit 30%. I was reading before bed last night, and then all of a sudden it's 3 in the morning. I'm at 60% in the book. It really picked up, and I kept saying one more chapter, just one more chapter, and I couldn't put it down. So it definitely, I thought I wasn't gonna like it as much, but it's hitting. It definitely picked back up, and I'm excited to keep going. I will say I do prefer the dynamic between Misery and Lo a lot more than Cohen and Serena. But I do love that we do get bits of Misery in her humor and the relationship between her and Serena because they're sisters. So I do love seeing that aspect of it, and I'm glad that Ali Hazelwood didn't just write Misery off in the sequel. She's still there, she's doing well, and I love seeing little glimpses of her. I think that's my favorite so far in the book. And I do think it was really slow before we found out what was going on with Serena and why Cohen is adamant that it won't happen between them. But now that we're in the second third of the book and we figured out more of that, then it's definitely a lot more interesting. So, but I do miss the political dynamic between the two different, between the vampire and the shifters. The vampire and the wearers in the first book. I do think that was a lot more intriguing of a plot, but I'm still really enjoying Mate, so. Hi, so it's been kind of a slower week here in the desert, like most weeks are, but in our camp clubhouse we like to do a couple movie nights, a couple game nights, and in the beginning of this week we were able to, but the rest of the week has been too windy, so we've all been kind of hiding away, staying inside, so I used that opportunity to kind of just stay in and read. So I did end up finishing Mate, and Ali Hazelwood has done it again. 4 stars. Loved it once we got past the slower beginning and I really got into it and got to know the characters more. The rest of it, the last, I'd say 60% of it just flew through. I will also say that I prefer the dynamic of the first one better. I think Bride was a little more intriguing to me. I connected with Misery more. I liked that Misery was pushing towards Serena. She was looking for Serena. She wasn't going to let her go. She was doing everything she could to find her and figure out what happened to Serena. And I loved seeing that sisterly connection, even though we didn't see Serena until the end of it. And in Mate, I didn't love how instead of pushing towards misery, Serena was pushing away from misery. Yes, it was for her protection, allegedly, but Serena thought she was doing it for misery's protection, but I don't necessarily love that. Love when characters have to hide themselves away from the person that they love most. So I think Bride is still that much higher than Mate on my scale, but they're both 4 stars. They were both great. So I think what I'm going to pick up next is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. I started it months ago when I first got it, and I got about 90 or so pages in, and I love V.E. Schwab's writing, so it's not a question of her writing, but I think, especially in Maria's point of view, who I think is the main, like, there's more weight to her point of view. We spend way more time with her. So I think that's, even though there's 3 point of views, I think that's really the main crux that the story is being told from. Her lack of agency over her body, her future, her own life, that reading about it, yes, it was a product of the times, but reading about it really just, you can't help but feel mad at her situation, her circumstances, what she has to claw her way through just to carve a bit of her own space in life, and just dealing with, you know, shitty circumstances, shitty men. It was really hard to read, but so I had to just put it down for a little bit, but I think I'm ready to pick it back up and see where it goes. I do love V.E. Schwab's writing, so I know that once I get back into it, I'm probably going to be sucked right back in. So, but before I do that, before I spend the rest of the day just hiding out from this wind, I do want to show, we went to the store the other day, and of course every time I have to do a sneaky little look through the book section and look at this stunning copy of Hollow that I picked up by the Twisted Sisters. If you know them, they did the Zodiac Academy series. But let me scoot closer. Look at how gorgeous these spread edges are. Insane. This was the only copy left on the shelf. I could not leave without it. And then let me just take that off, but look. Absolutely stunning. And then the back says, I love this. It says, don't listen to the whisper of the woods. Don't trust the man cloaked in shadow. Don't earn the wrath of the scattered spirits. Don't go out after dark. I don't know what Hollow is about, but I do like the Twisted Sisters writing, and I know it's the first in a new series, I believe. So I'm excited for that. Let's see. It says, the great hunt begins once every 50 years, and only the champions willing to face death to shatter the curse dare to enter. The champions and me. I'm no warrior, no wordsmith, and certainly no fae, but the forest is my only hope. To enter those trees is to walk willingly to my demise. But I need the boon the forest will grant the winner, and I'm willing to risk it all for a chance at claiming it. I just never expected to face him beneath those trees. The beast who strikes fear into the desperate people of all lands. The monster who commands the legion of hollows and makes our plight 1,000 times worse. The hollows are empty of all things, but none are so heartless as him. Prince Bane intends to be the death of me. But I have an oath to fulfill before I'll let him have me, and I'll do whatever it takes to achieve it. I am Fairish Creed, and I'm going to unite the lost spirits who once bound the wandering trees in place, return the scattered amulets to the core of its corruption, and use the winner's boon to change my fate. Come wretchedness or torment, through trickery and deception, I will get what I came here for, and no one will stand in my way, not even Prince Bane. By Carolyn Peckham and Susan Valenti, aka the Twisted Sisters. I don't know when I'll be diving into this, but I am extremely excited to. the Twisted Sisters are so good at making me cry. If there's an emotion to feel in a book, I will feel it all through them. So I'm very happy to pick this up. Okay, so I'm gonna go inside, hide away from this wind, and keep reading. Hi, so it's a few days later and I'm that far through. I'd say it's over halfway. I don't know if it's quite 2/3 of the way through Bury Our Bones yet. And at about the 110 to 130 or so page, it started getting vampy, and that's when the story really picked up in interest for me. I love the vampiric hunger and the elements of that in there, and so I flew through from 120 to 30 on. I flew through, and I'm on 313 now, and there's 530 something pages, and it's really interesting. I'm loving it so far. It's feeling like a solid 4. I'm really loving the vampire elements of Bury Our Bones. The rest of it is flying through so far. It's feeling like a solid 4. There's plenty of time for it to possibly bump up to a 5 by the end, and I'm excited. I'm really happy about this pick. And so, with that being said, instead of reading today, we've got some friends in camp. So today we're gonna get the Cricut out and we're gonna do some crafting. So I'm excited. That's the design. You hit next. I've paired my maker.
My wife has had one of these machines.
If she could reach you, she'd bop you right now.
And then you hit next.
I'm charging.
And then compatible.
Figure it out.
You move just
Iron
right,
on.
it gets off the battery.
Right
Just
No,
there.
it's the, there's a different kind. Value. This particular material is the value iron on.
leave it to him, Becky.
And so you load the tools in the mat.
Okay.
It must have done something with his body. He can't drink the beer no more.
Yeah, body chemistry changed.
3 drinks and you think I'll drink a
Can you
cake.
help me? It's easier for 2 people to line this up properly.
I can help.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Shining side down, we gotta line it up on the corners.
Okay.
The grid.
Right on the corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Scottish, ain't it? Huh?
There we go.
Yeah.
And go button. This is what we're doing, the camp logo.
Yeah, because we need someone.
I'm blind.
Oh, it's the,
Well, when he was
the light over here.
job.
Yeah.
No, it's wrong.
Yeah, Steve might be.
It's backwards.
Because the light right now. Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So the guy got tired of it, went and he put dirt, stone, and put some dirt.
Yeah.
They find it.
This feels easier.
I think it's when it, yeah.
I think it's the different fabrics makes a difference. That's what they make the difference.
Cotton is probably better to peel it out.
It's peeling pretty good.
Yeah, cotton.
I'm trying to be gentle.
Much easier.
I didn't think of the 2 weeks to it.
Yep. Good.
There
Perfect.
we go.
Awesome.
Yay.
Very cool.
Whose is that?
Mike.
Mike's.
So why are you moving utilities over? It needs white.
That's
There
cool.
we go.
Perfect. Awesome.
Thank you.
So I gotta write. I gotta do the writing. Ready?
Let's take it off this mat. Hey, Dad, Z's gonna write at the top with a fabric marker.
Ooh, I'm gonna come over here.
Wrong way round.
Hang on.
Move the string
That's
out.
thread.
There we go.
That's a thread.
That's right.
Okay, ready? Let's see.
Nearly. Nearly.
Okay, let's see.
Watching his damn race. He can't.
Box Vandy or BVD?
You have enough room to do box Vandy, I
Okay.
think.
Yeah.
Hang on.
And it was crammed.
Oh,
And the light
hang on.
come down. And he was kicking them over.
How's that, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's Roy, by the way. Filming me, filming him.
Yay.
Me? Me?
I love the purple.
So there's a custom design for Bill and Cindy, ENC Travels.
Yeah.
YouTube coming to you maybe soon. That was a pretty fun community event. Making t-shirts, tote bags, and barbecue aprons.
Oh man, did we go at it trying to get her to behave.
Gracie, say goodbye.
Bye. See ya.